Hey there, Becca here from Inside the Square. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a super simple 2-page website in Squarespace so you can start building your email list while you work on getting the rest of your website content ready. This website is going to have one main coming soon page and then a thank you page to let your new subscribers know when they're going to hear from you next. So to get started, we're going to head to squarespace.com and pick one of their launch page website templates. The template I'm using in this tutorial is linked in the description below, so you can click on that when you're ready to get started. Alrighty, here we are on squarespace.com. I'm going to scroll down to the very bottom, and over here on the left-hand side, you'll see Launch Pages. That's exactly what we want. I'm going to click on Launch Pages, and there are all kinds of options to work with. If you like the look of any of these pages, editing them is going to be pretty much the same, so feel free to start wherever you'd like. I'm going to start at the very top with this Archer template, okay? So I'm going to hover over it until I see the text that says Start with Archer, and that's what I'm going to click on. This is going to give you the option to create your Squarespace account. You can either sync it with your Google account, or you can just enter your email address and create a Squarespace account. After you set up your account, this is what you're going to see next. Our first option is to add the site title. We can change this later, so I'm just going to call it My Little Website. Oops, except I'll spell website correctly. There we go. And then we'll click the Continue button. After that, the interface here is just kind of walking you through the setup. It's giving you a quick introduction to editing pages and creating pages and styling pages. And all three of those are things we're going to walk through together. So don't worry about that stuff. Just keep clicking until you see this Get Started button. And this is where we're going to get started. Alrighty. So right off the bat, let me explain this to you just in case you're brand new to Squarespace. Over on the left-hand side, this is our main menu. This is where we have all of the options to navigate around the Squarespace program. Over here on the right-hand side is what our website is going to look like. This is your website preview. So over here is your menu. Over here is your website preview. Following so far? Awesome. So up here at the very top, we have Pages. This is where we're going to add the content of our website. This is where we're going to add that thank you page and work on this Coming Soon page. After that, we have Design. That's where we're going to change the fonts and the colors and all that fun stuff. Now, there are a few things under Settings that we're going to work on as well, but let's go ahead and get started with Pages so we can make sure that this matches our style. I'm going to click the Pages button right there at the very top of that menu, and we'll see here these are the only pages on our website. It's just the home page that's denoted by this little page icon right here, and then we have two other links that aren't doing anything. I'm going to go ahead and delete those. Do you see that little trash can that popped up right there? Got it? I'm going to click on that trash can and select Confirm, saying, yes, Squarespace, delete that thing. And we've got another trash can right here. As soon as I hover over that word Twitter, I'm going to click that trash can and say, yes, delete it. So now all we have is our home page. Also, I should have pointed this out. Do you see right here at the very top? That site title we entered is up there at the top of our website. Pretty cool, right? All right, so let's go ahead and make this page our own. I'm going to select Edit on the top left-hand side. Do you see the button that says Edit? Cool. We're going to click on that, and it's going to make our website take up the whole page so we can start editing our content. Now, if you'll notice, when I move my cursor down here, we have this little blue rectangle that shows up around the text. That means I can click in there, anywhere in that blue rectangle, and start typing. I'm going to be working with that text box. I like the Coming Soon text, but right underneath here it says, for now, sign up for our monthly book club to join our latest literary adventures. This is not a website for a monthly book club. This is a website for my business. So I'm going to highlight over that text just like I would in a Gmail or a Google Doc or a Word document. I'm going to click over that text and hit my backspace button to remove it, and I can type whatever I'd like to say. So I'm going to say right now, sign up to be notified of our launch! Exclamation point. Add whatever you'd like. You'll notice here this gray bar that pops up above my text. This is for editing my text. If I want this to be aligned to the left, I can work with my alignment options here. I'm going to go ahead and center that. We can make it bold, italicized, all of your standard options are there. And then we also have all of our text types right here. So let's say Coming Soon is just a little bit too big. That's an extra large heading. What if we want to make it a little bit smaller? I can click on large heading, and that's going to shrink down the size for me. You know what? I liked the look of that other one. I'm going to click undo right here and take that back. There we go. Now it says coming soon. For now, sign up to be notified of our launch. So if you want to put an image on here or a video or anything along those lines, you can add whatever you'd like to this website. It's very easy, and I'll show you how to do that right now. I want you to pay attention to my cursor. Do you see these little gray droplets that are popping up? Do you see those? Those are Squarespace's way of telling me, hey, you can add stuff right here. If I click on any of those, this box is going to pop up. These are content blocks. This is my way of adding anything I want to this website. You can see at the very top, I can add an image, a video, a button. Your video can link to Vimeo or to a YouTube video, whatever you'd like there. You've got a lot of options. We're not going to spend too much time digging into those because we're about making that super quick lead capture page, but I just wanted you to know how to add those content blocks, okay? Cool. So this is a really important part. Right down here, this where it says email address and sign up, this is a block for our Squarespace newsletter. This can sync to your Squarespace email campaigns. Now, I personally use Squarespace email campaigns, but it's not for everybody, and this is not a tutorial about Squarespace email campaigns. This is about collecting email addresses, so we're actually going to delete this, okay? So you'll notice, since I've hovered over this, I see this little dialog that pops up, and I've got that red trash can. I'm going to click on that to remove our newsletter form block there. It says remove this block. Squarespace is saying, are you sure? And I'm going to say, yes, get rid of it. Cool, that's been removed. I'm also going to get rid of these social links. All I want people to do on this page is enter their email address, okay? So I'm going to click that trash can, say remove it. We'll be good to go. So now that that's gone, how the heck are we going to collect their email addresses? We need to add a form to this page. So remember that little droplet I showed you? We're going to hover at the very bottom of that text until we see it again. I'll click on that droplet and we can select a form. You can either click on it right there or you can just type in the word form and it'll pull it up to the very top for you. Click on that option and it's going to put a form into our page here, okay? Cool. So right here, this is the menu specifically for our form. This is where we're going to make some changes. So right off the bat, it has the form name. This is what's going to be in the subject of the email that Squarespace sends you when someone fills out the form. So I'm going to call this coming soon email list. Name it whatever you'd like. That's going to show up in your inbox, okay? So all we're doing is collecting people's email addresses. So I'm going to click this trash can button to remove their name. I'm going to remove subject. And I'm going to remove message. Again, I'm clicking that trash can button and saying confirm. So now all we have left is the email address and the submit button. So let's go to storage. Let's talk about where these emails are going to go. Whatever email address you use to sign up for the Squarespace account with is going to be linked right here at that very first option. But you can change it. If you want these emails to go somewhere else, click that X button. You see that? And then type in a new email address here and select connect. Then it'll send those emails to whatever email account that is. If you have MailChimp, you can sync that right here. If you have Zapier, you can sync that up as well. But we're going to keep this super simple. As awesome as it is that this information is going to go to my inbox, it's so much easier to manage if you have them in a list. So we're going to use one of my favorite Squarespace features, and we're going to have Squarespace send this information to a Google spreadsheet. You ready? We're going to click this Google Drive option right here. If I select Google Drive, a dialog box is going to open up and Google's going to say, hey, sign in. I want to know what Google account we're using this in. After you select the right Google account, it's going to say, okay, Squarespace is going to do this stuff and I want you to say allow because you want Squarespace to put this information into a Google spreadsheet for you. So I'm going to click allow. Now, if you're not comfortable putting this information in a Google spreadsheet, that's fine. Send it to your inbox. Do this the way you want to do it. I personally like having it send the information to a Google Drive spreadsheet so I can easily copy that list and upload it to whatever email service provider I end up signing up with. So we've got our Google Drive here. We got one more thing to do. We need to name this spreadsheet. So I'm going to call it email list. There we go. So now anytime someone fills out this form, they're going to be taken, or their information is going to be placed in a spreadsheet in my Google Drive titled email list. How cool is that? I love this integration. All right, there's one more thing that we're gonna do to this form, but we can't do it yet. What we need to do is send them to a thank you page after they fill out the form, but we haven't made the thank you page yet, so we need to do that part. I'm gonna go ahead and select apply, so our work is gonna be saved here. Okay, Squarespace is gonna think about it. All right, there we go. So the next step is to save this entire page. We updated the form, we updated the text. Let's save this page and make a thank you page, okay? At the very top left-hand side, I'm gonna hover over that word done and then select save. Cool, now we're ready. So over here, you're gonna see a plus sign next to the words not linked. That plus sign means we're gonna create a page in the not linked section of our website, so no one's gonna navigate to it from our main menu. They're only gonna be able to see this page when they fill out the form. That's exactly what we want. So I'm gonna click that plus sign, and we're just gonna start with a blank page. You've got tons of options here. We're not getting into that in this tutorial. We're gonna make a blank page, and we're gonna call it thank you. So right off the bat, it's highlighted here. This is gonna be the title of your page, and I'm just gonna type the words, thank you, and hit enter on my keyboard. And now we have a thank you page, but our thank you page is empty. We need to put some content on here. So you'll notice again on the left-hand side of our website preview, the word edit. We're gonna click on that word edit so we can start adding content to the thank you page. I'm gonna show you that one more time. We clicked this plus sign, we named the page thank you, and then I'm going to click edit to start adding some content. Here we have a blue button right in the middle of this plus sign. It says add page content, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna click on that, and once again, we're presented with a ton of options. You've got all of these pre-made sections, fancy images and buttons. Feel free to explore this, grab whatever you want. But for this tutorial, we're gonna keep it super simple. I'm gonna add a blank section at the very top. As soon as I click on that, Squarespace is gonna create this blank section. Our little droplet is back, so we can add whatever we'd like, but pro tip right here, even on a blank section, Squarespace is going to give you a text box right away. So if I move my cursor, you'll see there's that little blue rectangle, and then I can click right into that blue rectangle and start typing. I'm gonna say, thank you, you are on our list, we will be in touch. Smiley face, who doesn't love a smiley face, right? We're just gonna put that in there. So type whatever you want people to see after they submit that form. That's what this thank you page is for. Now we just typed it in there. Again, all of our editing options are right here. Let's make thank you nice and big and extra large heading again, and we'll make that one bigger too. But everything is squished over on the left-hand side. That's kind of weird. So I'm gonna highlight all of it there, and we're gonna center it. Did you see that? I clicked that center alignment button right there, and now it's in the middle of the page. Now, if you have a Facebook page or an Instagram account you want to send people to, you can add social links to this page. If you find our little friendly droplet again, there we go. I'm going to click on that and type in the word social. Right here, we can click on social links and link any social account you want to your website. So let's just pretend, how about we link our YouTube account here? We're going to link youtube.com/inside the square, and I'll select this one and remove it because I'm not on Twitter. And we'll select this one because I don't want people to go to Squarespace's Facebook page. So I'm going to remove that and select confirm. So now we just have YouTube, and I'll select apply. Cool, so my YouTube button is right there. Let's say you want to add a video thanking your new subscribers saying, hey, this is me, this is what's happening. Just find our friendly little gray droplet, click on that guy, and add a video right here. I'll show you really quickly. When we click video, your option is to upload the video URL from YouTube or Vimeo, add a custom thumbnail, lots of options there. I'll go ahead and select cancel, and I'll delete that because we don't need it in our super simple thank you page. It just says, thank you, you're on our list, we'll be in touch. We're good to go. Let's save this page so we can start playing around with the design. On the top left-hand side, I'm gonna hover over that word done and select save. Cool, so we have a thank you page, and here on our pages menu, I can click on the home page and we can see that one again, home page right there. So we've got one last step before we play with the design. We need to make sure that when people fill out this form with their email, they type in their email address, they click submit, we need to make sure that they go to the thank you page after that's done. So I'm going to click edit on the top left-hand side here again, and I'm going to click this edit option on my form. I'm gonna do that one more time. So we're here on the home page. I click edit, and then this edit option on my form. Alrighty, on the advanced section over here, you see this is my form menu. On the far right-hand side, it says advanced. I'm going to click on advanced, and then down here we have the words post submit redirect. That's super fancy computer speak for where am I sending these people? That's what it wants to know. So what we're gonna do is put our thank you page right here. I'm going to click on this gray box right where it says click to add URL, and then I'll click on this word that says content. This gives us the list of all the pages on our site. And right now, there are only 2. So I'm going to click on the thank you page and then select apply. Now, when people fill out this form, they're going to be taken from this page to the thank you page, and that email address is going to be emailed to my inbox and added to my Google Drive list. Pretty awesome, right? That sounds like something we should save. So on the top left-hand side, over the word done here, I'm going to select save. All right, that stuff is done. Let's get into the design, shall we? We're going to navigate to our design menu. So again, top left-hand side, you see this word home? I'm going to click on that, and we'll be able to go down to our design menu. Clicking on design, this is where we can start to have some fun. So we have fonts and colors, all kinds of options. Let's get started with fonts. Clicking in here, you have a lot of different options for adding fonts to Squarespace. If you click this gear icon in any one of these pre-made fonts, you're going to open up a whole new menu, all kinds of fun stuff. I have another tutorial on fonts. I'm going to link to it beneath this video. For right now, let's keep this simple. Let's stick with one of the pre-made fonts that Squarespace has for us. I am a sans serif kind of gal, so I'm going to click on sans serif, and Poppins happens to be one of my favorite fonts. So I'm going to click right there, and Squarespace is going to update everything on my website. Now, all of my site content is going to have the same style of font. It's going to be Poppins. So I'll select save, and we'll be good to go. Next up, let's play around with these colors, okay? So as soon as Squarespace saves this, I can navigate on the top left and go back to my design menu. Now, this isn't the home menu, this is the design menu. So our second option is colors. Clicking into that, now we can start playing around with our color palette. Squarespace just did something, and it did it pretty quick, so you might not have noticed. If you check it out over here, in my site preview, I now have these little pieces of text that say light bold. What the heck is that? That is my color theme. When I want to make changes to my website, I need to see what color theme that particular page and section are using. And this particular page happens to be using light bold. So we are going to edit our light bold colors. Now, Squarespace 7.1 does something super cool, and it lets you work with a color palette. I'm going to show you how to customize that really quickly because I personally think using your brand colors across your website and everything is really important for making sure that people recognize your brand. So, you see our color palette over here? We're going to click this edit button. This allows us to pick any of these designer palettes that we want, and all of our content is going to update if we pick one of those different colors. I kind of like the look of this one a little bit better. Let's start with this. Now, if you like this designer palette, but you have your own custom color code you want to use, you can do that too. Pay close attention here. Do you see this small arrow on the right-hand side of that word designer palettes? Click on that arrow and you can select custom colors. I'm going to show you that one more time. We're here in our colors menu. We select edit, then we click the arrow and we select custom colors. This is where you can enter in that code. Now, this might sound a little too fancy computery speak here, but you can use an RGBA color code, HSL, hex color code, whatever you want. If you know what that means, awesome. If you don't know what that means, there is a link beneath this video that talks about different colors. I have a whole page on my blog about that, so you can read up on it. Assuming you know what kind of color you want to use, you can either type it in here or just have some fun. Pull a color out from one of these pre-made or from one of the color palette options down here. Click whatever color you'd like. I kind of like this lighter blue shade, so I'm just going to click around until I find one that looks good, and we'll call it done. All right, we've updated that color. I need to select Save on the top left-hand side. Awesome. Now let's say I like these colors here, but I actually like the white bold color palette better than the light bold. Do you see how this one has pink text, black text, and a white background? I kind of like that a little bit better. So how do we go about changing that? We can do that by editing our web page itself. So I'm going to select the edit button on the top left-hand side, And then over here on the right-hand side, this is how we're going to edit what color theme we're using. Let me do that one more time. So I'm looking at all these themes here on the left-hand side. Instead of light bold, I want to change this to white bold. So I'm going to select Edit, and then I'm going to click this button right here so I can open up my Pages menu. Then over here on the right-hand side for colors, this is where I can pick what color I'd like. I'm going to grab this color theme. So now it's got a solid white background and that cool pink color. There we go. Now we're good. Now on the top left-hand side, I'll select Save, and we'll be good to go. Let's go ahead and check out our thank you page and see how that one looks too. I'm going to click back here and back one more time. So now we're back on our main menu. I'm going to select Pages and grab my thank you page. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, this one doesn't look like it's the same color theme as that last one. Let's edit this color theme too. I'll select Edit, then click this button over here, and now I can grab a different color theme. It says Use Default. That's not what I want. I'm going to uncheck that and make sure that it matches my home page. Cool, we're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and select Save over here, and we're almost done. We have the home page and we have the thank you page. So there are two more things I want to mention before we're done with these pages. So you'll notice when I hover over this home page, this little gear icon pops up. I'm going to click on that gear icon and check out the page settings. This is really important stuff here. Now this is where you can add your SEO title and all of that fun stuff, but you can also add a social image. If you're going to share your website on social media, you can upload an image here that's going to be used when you share the link on Facebook or on any other social media platform that's going to pull an image from your site. So this is how you get to your social image. Let me show you that one more time. I'm hovering over the text here. I'm going to click that little gear icon and I'll select social image. This is where you update that content. Okay, cool. You can also get there when you're editing your page. If you're in edit mode, you'll see the gear icon on the upper right-hand side. You can click on that and you'll get your page settings menu. This is where you add your social image. Awesome. All right. So I think our website looks pretty good. I'm liking this home page. Let's take a look at the mobile view as well. Do you see how I have that little phone up on the top right-hand side? That's my mobile preview. If I click on that, we'll see what this web page actually looks like on a mobile device. Let's check out the thank you page as well. Awesome. It looks perfect. I'm ready to rock. This is how I want it to look. So let's back out of here and let's link up that domain, okay? So this next part we're going to do under the settings of our website. I'm going to click Settings, and then I'll scroll down to Domains right here. Clicking on Domains, we can use one you already own, or you can get a domain through Squarespace. If you sign up for a yearly plan, they usually offer you a free domain with a yearly subscription, which I think is super cool. So that's how you can grab a domain there when you're ready to upgrade your site, okay? I just realized we forgot something super important that I needed to talk about. Let's talk about your site title. Maybe you don't want to call it My Little Website anymore. Maybe you have a super cool logo that you want to put up there. We need to make sure you know how to do that. So let's go back into edit mode, okay? I'm going to click back here to get to my desktop preview and select Edit. Now, when I hover over that site title, I can click Edit Site Header, and I get this entirely different header menu. So over here, my second option down there says Site Title and Logo. If I click on that, this gives me the opportunity to upload an image or change that site title. I'm going to walk you through that one more time so you can see how we got there. We selected Edit, and then we hovered over our site title and clicked this button, Edit Site Header. And then we selected Site Title and Logo, and this is where you can upload the image that you want to use on your website, or you can change the text for your site title. Pretty important stuff. I should have mentioned that. All right, whenever you're done with that, select Save or Done on the top left-hand side, and you'll be good to go. So when you're ready to upgrade, when it's time to launch your site, head on over to Settings, and then scroll down to Billing and Account, or select the Subscribe option on the bottom of the page. Okay, now when you do this, you're going to get the option to start a plan. You can pay monthly by clicking that little button right there for personal, business, basic, advanced, whatever you'd like, or you can select pay annually. And then you can grab any of these plans that you have. This isn't really a rundown of Squarespace plan options there. You know what's right for your business and your budget. Check out all of the options on this checklist and see what you want. And remember, if you grab an annual plan, you can usually get a domain with it as well. I think it's listed on here. Is it on here? Yep, free custom domain. There you go. So you're going to get a free custom domain when you get the annual purchase. All right, so again, let me close this. I'll show you how I got there. We're back here in our main pages menu. We're going to select settings and then billing and account and then billing and then upgrade if you want to go that way, or you can do the super simple route. No matter where you are on your website, at the very bottom of the page, you'll have the option to click subscribe, and that'll give you the chance to select a plan and upgrade your site. So after that, you'll be able to sync up to your own domain and do all of that fun stuff that you need to do. There are 2 more things I'd like to cover in settings before we're going to call this tutorial done, okay? So one important thing that we need to do to click on settings and then scroll down to cookies and visitor data. This is super, super important. A lot of countries around the world have different laws and regulations about tracking information from people, and because you're collecting email addresses, you need to let people know that you're collecting their information here. So you need to enable a cookie banner, okay? Let me show you that really slowly here. We're going to scroll down to settings, and then we're going to scroll down to cookies and visitor data. Here you can select enable cookie banner. It's going to have this standard confirmation right there. You can type whatever you'd like there. Just make sure it's legal within your country and you'll be good to go. You can change this to a pop-up, to a full bar, change the position. Play around with this all you want, plenty of options there, but I highly recommend enabling your cookie banner as soon as you start collecting those email addresses, just to keep yourself safe. So again, check what's legal in your area. Whenever you're done, select save, and you're going to be good to go there. One last thing that I wanted to mention was to update the business information on your account. On the second option in our settings menu is business information. Here you can add your phone number or your email address, but if you have a physical location, put the address for your location right here in Squarespace, okay? So that's how you're going to edit that information. Again, this is on your main menu. You select settings. I want you to go down to enable that cookies and visitor data. We're going to click there and enable that cookie banner. And you can also enter your business information right there to start typing that stuff in, okay? Awesome. So after you've done all that magic and you've gotten your account set up and you've upgraded, your website is live on the World Wide Web, I would love to know about it. Share a link to it in the comments below. I want to see your work. And I want you to know as well, this is the tip of the iceberg, my friend. There are so many things you can do with Squarespace. Customizing Squarespace is literally my favorite thing to do. I love it so much, I made it my job. So if you want to learn more about customizing your Squarespace website and doing way more than we just started with today, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel or check out all of my tutorials at insidethesquare.co. I have a ton of free content out there to help you make the absolute best Squarespace website you can. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope it was really helpful for you. Again, after you've got your site up and running, share a link below because I would love to see your work. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. You can find me at insidethesquare.co. Thanks again for watching, and most importantly, have fun with your Squarespace website. Bye for now.